Joining me with more on the legal implications of today's ruling is constitutional law attorney Glenn Smith. Glenn, welcome back. Now,
glad to be here.
Today's decision, or no decision, the ruling, what is the ultimate result of that as far as Proposition 8?
The ultimate result is we go back to the district court ruling, which held that Proposition 8 was unconstitutional and enjoined the governor and other state officials from enforcing it. So Proposition 8, as far as the district court order, and the only order that's there is concerned, violated the U.S. Constitution and can't be enforced.
So the previous ruling stands, which is that it's people can marry here.
That should be the way this works out pretty quickly.
Okay. A lot of legal experts predicted that the justice would make this no standing ruling. What does no standing mean?
Well, what it means really is that the parties that appealed this case, the proponents of Prop 8, never had the legal authority to step into the shoes of the state and represent the state. And so it meant they just didn't have any right to be in court. One of the key things that keeps federal courts appropriately balanced is we don't just want anyone who's got a political or ideological grievance to go into federal court. So you have to be especially injured and have some official capacity or special capacity. And the court majority, 5-4, ruled that they had neither here.
So when it comes to that they didn't have, what prevents you from, that's a little confusing, what prevents you from taking it? Why didn't they have standing, if you could explain that a little bit more?
And again, let's be clear, we're talking about the standing to appeal the decision above the district court. When the original case was entered into, everybody had the authority to be in the district court, and that was a legitimate ruling. The question was, did anyone, when the governor refused to appeal it, refused to allow it to be challenged further, was anyone able to step into those shoes? And the court said no. And I would just add that it is, in a sense, a non-decision, but sometimes the most important thing the court decides is not to decide something and to stay out of the process for now and see what happens.
Does today's ruling set a precedent for same-sex marriage laws in other states?
It doesn't set any precedent in the sense of a legal requirement. I think it does give a major boost to the efforts to achieve same-sex marriage equality in other states, because it's clear that had the court had major constitutional misgivings, it might have dealt with that.
Is this a done deal now for Californians? Are we done with this, or could there be some more legal hurdles for people with same-sex marriage?
Never underestimate the ability of additional complications to flow out of these kind of decisions. And there are some technical arguments that could be made to try to challenge or undermine the Proposition 8 ruling. My hope is that having lived with this issue for so long and having seen the extent to which it is being greeted by everyone in the country as a done deal, that actually it will be a done deal fairly soon.
And when you say fairly soon, I know the governor this morning tweeted that he wanted all public health departments to issue marriage licenses. Do you know in San Diego as far as when that's going to start up?
I really don't. See, that's the question. What the court did in this ruling was to keep the federal Constitution out of it and sort of put us back in our state law. And so all these questions that we're now dealing with are questions of how do the federal officials interact with each other, what are their time frames and all that, and that's really what the story is going to move on to.
We'll be following it as it unfolds. Constitutional law attorney Glenn Smith, thanks again for joining us.
My pleasure.